Hello everyone and welcome. This video is made by me to help you understand public speaking and to guide you towards becoming a better and more confident speaker. Public speaking is something that everyone will need sooner or later, whether they like to admit it or not, and most of the times it comes sooner than you think, whether it's for school, work, or even private or personal situations. Being able to express yourself clearly and confidently in front of others is an incredibly valuable skill. My videos, I hope, in this channel helps you in this regard, helps you become a better speaker. And with this channel, we will also be exploring parts of public speaking, or at least the parts of public speaking that I have segmented myself, or in my opinion. This may not be similar to your opinion, this may not be the same as yours, but this is what I think public speaking comes part of. Alongside this video specifically is more of an introductory of public speaking alongside of what to expect of my channel alongside the videos. So let's begin. What is public speaking specifically? Let's start with the basic. When you hear public speaking, the first thing you'd hear is, oh, I don't know, speaking in front of a crowd, making a speech, or even doing a presentation. All of that is quite very true. But technically, if we're going by pure translation, public speaking means speaking in front of a large audience or an audience in general. This doesn't always have to be on stage. It can be to your parents, it can be to your friends, it can be to your friend group, it can be to anyone really. This can be used in any situation. It's called public speaking, after all. In my opinion, public speaking is split into two sides specifically, the professional setting and the private setting. What do these settings mean? For me, the professional settings means presentations, speeches, work meetings, and or formal events. The stuff you'd go on stage to actually present, or like in front of a business owner to pitch your parts, to pitch something to them. This also can be included in sales pitching or door-to-door sales pitching. And then there's the private settings. What about the private settings? What are they? Private settings are for day-to-day life, the ones where you'd speak to your friends, your families, giving good or bad news to people close to you. This can also be in other sentences, talking to your parents, telling them about your plans when you're not confident that they would support you, or even just telling your parents something that you don't think they know and would often fear that you would disappoint them because of it. It happens. It happens. These series, or at least the videos I will be posting on this channel specifically, will focus more on the more professional settings or professional tones. I'm sorry if it may not be the advice you're seeking for the private settings. However, this does not mean that all of my videos are basically invalid for the private setting. Technically speaking, they can be used for both. However, my channel and my videos will specifically focus on the more professional settings. Now then, shall we begin to the parts of public speaking, or at least what I think public speaking is made of? For me, public speaking is split into 6 main parts. Some of these parts may overlap, some of them may even cross-section, and even are hybrids between these two parts. But for me, there are 6 main parts and of course multiple subsections, which a lot of those subsections will intersect. It's hard to fully split public speaking after all. There's the content, there's structure, there's delivery, there's language and style, audience awareness, and visual aids. Each of them have their own importance, and each of them will have their own ups and downs that we will be talking about. They will, of course, be split into multiple subsections. We will go through each of these 6 parts briefly in this video, and for more detailed explanations, please look at the other videos on our channel, or you can glance at our playlist. There should be playlists around that, a playlist about it. Number 1, content. Your content is the heart of your speech. It's your material. It's what you're trying to say to your audience. It's basically, technically speaking, your script, what you've been researching to tell to your audience. Before you present, you have to learn and master your material. You should understand your topic well enough that you can explain it without looking at a script or even looking at it over and over again, basically reading from a script. That's not how you make yourself look confident if you wish to do a public speaking in front of someone. You have to be able to master your topic. It doesn't have to mean you are a theoretical master. At the very least, you should understand your topic, and you should have already made your own opinions about said topic. For instance, like what I'm doing right now, public speaking. Public speaking is both very well known, but at the same time very niche. This is what I think of public speaking. Your main goal when it comes to content will be to speak with understanding, not just from memory. Memorizing is easy. Speaking with understanding is much harder because that means you understand your content, and that means you can grasp your content well. You can tell it to an audience, and the audience will also be able to understand it from your perspective or from your context. When you know your content well, you'll feel more confident and your delivery will sound more natural than others. Number 2 is structure. Structure is how you organize and present your material. Every good speech has a beginning, middle, and end, just like every other essay or written test you must have done previously. It's not easy to structure your content well. However, there's the opening, which is basically an introduction to your topic, a brief summary or brief introduction to your topic to get your audience's attention. And then you move to your body. Explain the main parts of your points clearly, one at a time, in a logical order, so that everyone is on the same page without having to skip around. And finally, the conclusion. Summarize what you said. Leave your audience with a strong final message, if possible. It doesn't always end that way. I know that much, especially when it comes to videos. Transitions between each point and each sub-point is important, especially when it comes to the body of your structure or the body of your content. We'll explore that more in our video, specifically on the structure section. Delivery is about how you present your content, your tone, your voice, your facial expressions, your body language. It's basically your manners on stage. If you're speaking to professionals, keep it professional. You have to keep your gestures small, controlled, don't fidget too much, and so on and so forth, which kind of isn't what you're trying to do sometimes. Well, technically speaking. If you're speaking to students or classmates, you can move your body more freely, use bigger gestures to keep their attention. However, it also depends on the context on what you're trying to deliver. Also, pay attention to your voice. Speak clearly, vary your tone, keep it interesting. It doesn't always have to stay monotone. Keep it happy, keep it upkeep, keep it upbeat if you have to. Just keep your voice steady in a way that can draw in your audience's attention. It's your tone, it's your vocal tones and your voice itself that keeps your audience's attention mostly on you. Second is, of course, your body language. Sometimes remember to pause, give your audience a breather, let them process the information. Remember, how you say something can be just as important as what you say. Language and style. Language and style is how you use your words and how you will structure them. It's basically what you say. You may be thinking, it's relatively part of content. Technically, yeah, content's your topic, but you have to put them in a style or language so that everyone can understand, and that may not be the easiest way to do things. That's part of language and style, which is technically what you want to say, which is technically a mix of what and how you want to say it. See, like I said, there's going to be a lot of overlap. It's gonna be both fun and very confusing if you don't get if we don't split this into sections truly. In private situations, you can speak casually, use slang, relaxed words. You don't have to use long, big, complicated words. No, 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 no. That's never a thing you should ever do unless you're trying to speak the actual name, the Latin name, or the official name of something, and even then you would rarely use it. In professional settings, your language needs to be more polite, respectful, and clear. But again, that doesn't mean you have to use complicated words. Simplify them. Don't use anything too complicated. You're just going to complicate both yourself and your audience. That's not going to be fun for either of you. This doesn't mean that everything you have to do is simple. No, no, no. You can use complicated language. You can use parts of a language that may sound complicated. Just be careful. Not everything has to be complicated and not everything has to be simple. You just have to find the right way to, the right context and way to use them, which again, we will be talking specifically on the language and style videos, not on this one. This is just a quick summary. The key is basically just to make sure that your audience understands you easily, even with the most simpleton of simple words in a way that a 5-year-old or less can understand. Basically, that's how you do it. Think like you're trying to speak to a 5-year-old. That usually gets the point across because, well, 5-year-olds are 5-year-olds. Audience awareness is number 5. Audience awareness means understanding who you're speaking to and adjusting your message to suit them. Sometimes it's a miss, sometimes it's a hit, and sometimes it's both. Most of the times, it's both. Why is it both? Because your audience is huge. They don't share the same opinions, they don't share the same processing power, they don't share the same anything. Maybe the same parents, but even then they have different personalities, different thought processes. Audience awareness means you know who the heck your audience are. Sometimes this means you're going to need to generalize your audience. And that can sometimes be hard. If you're talking to students, use words and examples alongside tones that they can understand. Modern slang if you have to, modern interpretations, modern memes if you have to. You have to keep them engaged. For professors or professionals, you can use more technical or formal language. If they're your co-workers, your classmates, or even those in the same major of you, sure, you can use more complicated or technical language or even formal languages. Just be careful. It's not always something that everyone can understand still. You'll have to generalize you're going to have to generalize your audience, but knowing your audience helps you connect with them. It's the reason why it's called audience awareness, after all. It shows respect and helps you get your message to reach them in the best way possible. So when you're about to presentate or go in front of a stage or talk to someone, ask yourself, who am I talking to? How can I make this interesting or useful for them? Or, as I said, the KISS method, keep it simple, stupid. This can be applied to a majority of the other sections too. Finally, visual aids. This is the most complicated and controversial part, in my opinion, of public speaking. Visual aids are tools to help your audience follow your topic, follow your presentation. These can include PowerPoint slides, charts, images, and or short videos. Basically, a PowerPoint presentation. Your visual aids should support what you're saying. They're not there to replace you. They're not there to distract your audience from you. They're supposed to help you. This means most of the time you have to keep it simple, stupid on your PowerPoint. No long messages, no complicated messages, you can put it, when you make a technical term or a formal language or even a Latin word, you can put it on the PowerPoint. You can give the definition of what the word means so that your audience can read it off and understand it better. But don't write or put every single word you're about to say or you're about to presentate onto your visual aid. That's not going to help. You're basically just going to be reading off of it, and that's, again, not a good thing. That's not how you master something. Like I said, in context. Of course, you can also shift your visual aids to match your audience. Keep it brighter, more engaging if your audience is younger. If they're more older, maybe use more clean, clear, and formal designs. You don't have to keep it bright if you don't want to. Sometimes you like keeping it sometimes you prefer darker colors even though you're talking to the younger audiences, and that's fine. Just be careful about the type of colors and combinations that you're choosing. Always remember, your slides are there to help you, not to replace you. A lot of people, and especially the younger audiences that don't learn much, that haven't done much of public speaking, don't understand that the PowerPoint is supposed to help you, not replace you, nor is it meant to be a placeholder for your script. Because of this, we are finally at the end. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope this video helps you understand the basics of what I'm trying to give you, and helps you give you the confidence to begin and start improving on your own skills. It's never going to be easy. It never starts easy. It took me years to get myself at this point, and even then I am still learning as I go on. The next video after this will be nerves and mistakes, specifically on the delivery section. We will go more in depth on delivery itself alongside what are nerves and mistakes and how they can change ourselves. However, none of my videos, except maybe this one, since it is the introductionary video after all, should ever be watched in a certain way. There's no line or chain you should watch it in. There's no 1, 2, 3 you should watch it. There's no way you should watch it in a specific order. This is meant to help you, so you should watch which videos are you currently in need of watching rather than what I suggest. However, at the end of each video, I will inform you what video I shall be posting next, but that's it. You can watch it in any other order or way you would like. Thank you again for watching. Take care, keep practicing, and I hope to see you in the next video.